For more than a year, we've been bringing the top news professionals of our age onto the show and putting them to the test. We want to see which is a true hero of news knowledge. We're going to start tonight with one of the best final exam battles ever between Greg Gutfeld and Judge Jeanine Pirro. It got completely out of control, as you'll see, as they clashed over New York's squirrel census and much more. You both know the rules as avid weekly viewers of this game. I'm going to repeat them for our viewers just turning in. Contestants, hands on buzzers. I ask the questions. The first one of you to buzz in gets to answer the question. This is the tough one. You must wait until I finish asking in order to answer the question. Once I acknowledge you by saying your name, each correct answer is worth 1 point. Get it wrong, you lose a point, Judge.
She's so nervous.
All right, bailiff, calm down the judge. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
First one. The most famous face at the Pennsylvania gubernatorial debate this week was the moderator. The candidates were questioned by which longtime TV game show host? Judge Jeanine Pirro.
Alex Trebek.
No, really?
Yes.
No?
Let's roll the tape.
She's right.
Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy, moderated a one-on-one debate between the two candidates.
I will not tolerate any booing
He got thrown
or
out.
hissing.
Yeah, he made fun
Not
of the Catholic
even
Church.
if you direct it at the candidates.
Well, he tried to bite that. Wrong game. All right, good job,
But no,
Judge.
Scott Wagner's running for governor in
You are
Pennsylvania.
exactly.
I know him.
Question 2. Which world leader is featured in a popular new calendar that shows him riding a horse, cuddling a leopard, and posing shirtless with a fish? Greg Gutfeld.
Putin.
Putin. Why are we supposed to be against Putin anyway? Let's find out if you're right.
There's Putin with a pup, Putin with a cub, Putin on a horse in winter, and even colder, Putin taking the Epiphany dip in ice water.
If a foreigner buys this calendar, they will definitely have a good impression of our president. And they'll see that he can do it all. He loves animals, he can shoot, he looks good, and loves sport.
I detect a kind of sarcastic tone in that report.
I know. I think it's very wrong. Make Vlad great again, I say.
Yeah, he's
I'm not against Epiphany dips. All right. Question 3. This is a multiple choice. Rapper Kanye West is Washington's newest diplomat. He says he wants to arrange a sit-down meeting between Donald Trump and someone the president has long feuded with. Who is that person? Is it A?
Wait.
What?
He didn't finish.
Multiple choice.
I didn't know. You didn't say multiple
choice. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's okay. Everyone's all right. Let me give you the multiple choice.
Okay.
You got 3 choices.
When
all
is
right?
the question over?
The question is over. Hold on. This is why.
Fair.
I'm saying to my producer, this is why you don't want anchors on the show.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. The question goes to Jeanine Pirro first, according to our judges, because Mr. Gutfeld violated the cardinal rules of the game.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, well, you got 3 choices. Robert De Niro, Colin Kaepernick, or Rosie O'Donnell.
Colin Kaepernick.
You really think so?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
I've been calling Colin this morning, reaching him so I can bring Colin to the White House and we can remove that sons of statement and we can be on the same page.
So you said before the show you thought you would do badly because you only follow legal news, but that's not true.
No, I follow news when I'm awake.
When you're awake. Well, all right. Let's see if you can get this one. Question 4. The Prime Minister of Great Britain, Theresa May, made headlines around the world when she started an important speech with an awkward dance. She was dancing like a robot to a 1970s disco song by a Swedish pop band. Which song was it? You are just jumping the gun every time. Judges, what do you think? To Greg Gutfeld.
Oh, I would say it's ABBA. Do you need the name of the song?
Yes, I do.
Dancing Queen.
You're so honest. Is it Dancing Queen by ABBA?
ABBA.
We just had that on our show.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
You know what? I'm just so strongly for Boris Johnson now I can't control myself.
I love his hair. He used to ride the bike when I lived in London. He used to ride the bike by my apartment.
He would never do that.
No.
He may have illegitimate children, but he'd never dance.
He has crazy hair.
He's dancing anyway.
All right, we are 2-2. We are 2-2. The contestants
I wear one.
haven't stayed within the lines. Final question, we'll see if you can. You ready?
This is a problem.
Here in New York City, researchers are about to begin work on a new census. This time they are not counting people, however. They're focusing on a small, furry creature in Central Park. What kind of animal is it?
No, are they counting? I was waiting.
She's reading the teleprompter.
She's reading I wasn't going to hit it till you finish the answer. You got to read the script.
She's reading the teleprompter.
You're not allowed to read the teleprompter.
Yes, I am.
I win
It's
by
right in
default.
front of- No, there's nothing wrong with
You know
reading
what?
the
You know what? I don't think
There's
you're
no
qualified.
answer.
Wait a second.
No,
Wait a second.
there's no
I'm going back
answer.
to something I said
Wait,
earlier,
you
which is
didn't-
when you have cable news anchors on your show and
Wait
you're
a
trying to
minute.
anchor,
He
things tend to
didn't
fall
finish
apart.
the question.
We
I'm
need
reading
the
along
FBI.
with
We
you.
need the
Let me just check with the judges really
you
quick.
Didn't, huh?
You
Hold on.
need the FBI.
Yeah, I need an
The
investigation.
judges say the host of the program is allowed to ad-lib on his own scripts. I think I think
She's reading it.
It's not
So,
fair.
Greg Gutfeld,
you can
what
read it.
is-
It's right there,
what
Greg.
is the answer?
I'm going to say squirrels.
It is squirrels.
It is squirrels. You know it, but you answer it. Is it? Why would it not be rats? Is it squirrels?
New York City is about to conduct its first official squirrel census next week. Volunteers are needed.
This is literally the most contentious show we've ever had.
Yeah, but I won.
It's unbelievable.
But
okay.
it's not fair.
Let me.
Because
I won
I've
3
been
to 2.
going along with
Okay,
you.
we're going to give mugs. We're going to give one to you two later. We
I
don't
don't
have one
want
again.
it.
Yes, you do.
I don't want it.
This is an Eric Wemble mug. Now, for our viewers, I just want to make a correction. We've described him night after night as a Washington Post writer. It turns out he's not. He works for a website, I guess, connected to the Post in some way, owned by Jeff Bezos. If you don't know who he is, we have video. This is Eric Wempel or Wemple or whatever, the guy on the mug. Watch.
Benign mitzvah and Jewish weddings. What a publication. How do they do all this great content for free? Oh, it's got all these great tips on choosing a caterer. And guess what? Oh, the author of the story is a caterer. We checked. They do happy hour specials. That's a fuego.
Now, if you can't get enough of that, we got more on our Facebook page. I'd strongly recommend it. In
Where
the
did you
meantime,
find that?
we have a crack research team. He's going to be on your coffee mug from here on out. There he is, Eric Wempel from the Washington Post affiliated website.
Every morning I'm going to wake up to
There
him.
you go. And Judge Jean, one
You're
for
so
you is on the way.
I don't want it.
Oh, yeah, but
I don't want it.
You're going to want it when
No,
you get it.
asked every question. Remember you said that you had
This is the most unbelievable
I
thing we've
have won
ever had.
again.
Much more Final Exam ahead as our Christmas special continues. After the break, we'll take a very close look at the career of 2018's top quiz champion, Katie Pavlich. Welcome back to the Tucker Carlson Tonight Final Exam Christmas special. Without question, and the numbers are in and we checked them, our top Final Exam champion of the year was Town Hall editor and Fox contributor Katie Pavlich. Katie won 9 matches in a row. She beat everybody from Sean Spicer to show regular Richard Goodstein. Here's a highlight reel of her victory. We start with her first win against Griff Jenkins. Which Tennessee United States senator was just booed by a hometown crowd when the president called out his name at a rally in Nashville? Katie Pavlich.
Senator Bob Corker.
Senator
retiring.
Bob Corker. Hold on, let me just say before we roll the tape, this will decide the outcome of tonight's final exam. Roll the tape, please.
Senator Bob Corker.
Oh! And the rain has ended. Katie Pavlich, I cannot believe that you dethroned Griff Jenkins.
Did you go easy on me?
Congratulations.
I hope
No,
not. You
me. I
promise?
took the sling off. I was ready. I knew I was against a
take it.
fierce competitor. Congratulations.
But isn't that IHOP, International House of Pancakes, is changing its name. People are upset about it, needless to say. What is IHOP changing its name to? A, Pancake Zone. B, Breakfast Palace. C, IHOB. Katie Pavlich.
IHOB.
IHOB?
IHOB.
Okay, is it IHOB?
The International House of Pancakes is flipping its P for a B. IHOP announcing on Twitter that it will now be called IHOB. This is stupid. I refuse to call it IHOB. You literally cannot make me.
It is a little hard to say.
That was my tweet.
Last week, we talked about IHOP changing its name. For a limited time, IHOP will be called IHOB with a B. What does the B stand for?
International House of Burgers.
Burgers?
Burgers.
Okay, I don't believe you for the record, but we're going to find out if you're right. To the tape we go.
You know what the B stands for? No, it's not bacon. No, it's not breakfast. No, it's not biryani. It's burgers.
Yes.
You can get pancakes with your burger at the same time, so you don't even have to choose.
These people are confused about lunch, brunch, breakfast.
There is a viral video on the internet that shows man's best friend doing something extraordinary to a police officer. What was it?
Oh, you got it.
CPR.
Katie.
CPR.
Oh, come on, CPR.
And the
dog
dog's
doing
name
CPR?
was Poncho. His name was Poncho.
I don't believe you. Let's roll tape, please.
Poncho is a police dog that's trained to perform CPR. And I'm going to stop talking because there's nothing I can possibly say that can compete with this. If you tried this with a cat, they'd just let the guy choke to death so they could eat his face.
So awesome. We love dogs.
Our judges are saying they considered that question impossible, that no normal person could answer it. They were trying to stump you, Katie. They failed. Congratulations, Kevin Corke. If it makes you feel better. There's no way I couldn't beat her.
Good game.
I don't know.
Thank you, Kevin.
Congratulations to you. Great to see you,
She is the best there is.
Time for final exam. Katie Pavlich won 4 weeks in a row. Can she make it to 5? A new study shows conclusively that people live longer if they regularly drink which hot beverage? Katie.
Coffee.
Coffee? I thought it stunted your growth. Is it coffee?
A large study that followed people over a 10-year period found that those who drank coffee were up to 15% less likely to die than those who didn't. The benefit was the same for those who drank 2 or 3 cups or even 8 cups a day.
It has antioxidants in it. Doesn't everybody know that?
Well, that means I'm in good health, but I'm losing now, so.
Our defending champion is, of course, Katie Pavlich at Town Hall. She has killed opponent after opponent this week. Her challenger, Guy Benson. Online shopping has, of course, caused many brick-and-mortar stores to close. As of this week, which popular business from the 80s and 90s has exactly 1 store left in the U.S.? Is it A, Tower Records? Is it B, Blockbuster Video? Is it C, Circuit City?
I'm not going to risk losing a point here. I don't know.
Katie Pavlich.
B.
Blockbuster. Is it? You're just guessing.
Yeah.
Will she be rewarded for rolling the dice? To the tape.
Alaska's final 2 Blockbuster video stores will rent out their last movies and close up shop. The 2 closures in Anchorage and Fairbanks will leave the Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon as the last store standing.
Fortune favors the bold. Knowing that you could have wound up with a -1, you did it anyway. Earlier this week, a United States senator had to reassure the public that he was still alive. Reports from Google and Wikipedia suggested otherwise. They said that he had died last year. Which senator was it?
Senator Orrin Hatch.
Katie Pavlich. Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah. Standing upright. Is it Orrin Hatch?
Staffers for Senator Orrin Hatch tweeting, "Hi, Google, we might need to talk," with a screenshot of Google search results, which claimed he passed away last year. His team then posting a series of photos proving the senator is very much alive.
Oh, and you are correct. Joining us tonight, Katie Pavlich of Town Hall is back, defending champion. Here are all the opponents she has beaten. She has won 7 times in a row. That puts her just 2 wins behind our all-time board leader, Shannon Bream. Which singer, who once publicly admitted to wanting to blow up the White House, turns 60 years old today?
Madonna.
Madonna, says Katie Pavlich. Is it Madonna?
Happy birthday to Madonna, turning 60.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Happy birthday, Madonna. Katie Pavlich, another victory for you. Richard, by the way, you should not feel bad. You join a long line of people with the best intentions and deep knowledge who are bulldozed by this unstoppable force, Katie Pavlich. We're really glad to have you.
Ken Jennings moves on.
Nonetheless, yeah. Ken Jennings moved on. And by the way, Katie, yes, you get another Eric Wemple mug to add to your collection. And someday soon you'll be facing off in the Battle of Champions with Shannon Bream. An epic, spine-tingling showdown between Katie Pavlich and Shannon Bream later in tonight's show. Stay tuned for that. But first, we trust our meteorologists to tell us the weather, warn us about deadly storms. But how much do the weather professionals know about other matters, Kim Kardashian, say, or baby sharks? To find out, we invited Janice Dean and Adam Klotz onto Final Exam. Here's what happened next. Question 1. During his show Monday night, Jimmy Kimmel tried to goad a celebrity guest into going after the president. This reality star refused to do that and said she had no complaints with Donald Trump. Who was it? Adam.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. Okay. Was it Kim Kardashian? Roll tape.
I know that you're not necessarily a Trump supporter. I know your husband, Kanye, seems to like him a lot. Do you guys argue about that? Is that something, do you talk politics and, like, have debates about?
You know what? No. I have nothing bad to say about the president.
I've never seen her before.
It was indeed Kim Kardashian. One for Adam. Congratulations, Adam.
I knew it. You're just quicker on the buzzer.
You know it. I know. It's a question of getting there. Okay, question 2. You can redeem yourself, Janice. Which Supreme Court justice has liberals rejoicing after this person said he or she planned to stay on the court at least 5 more years? Janice Dean.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. RBG. Is it Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Roll tape.
Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I gave you this for drama.
How we always, she's got 3 names and we get to say them all. Announcing she plans to retire from the Supreme Court 3 years into President Trump's 2nd term.
I am 84 years old and everyone wants to take a picture with me.
I just wanted to get close. That's it.
And you were right. Janice Dean setting up a tie, 1-1, moving into question 3. It will not be tied by the end of this. Here's the question. Over the past weekend, Barack and Michelle Obama were caught on tape dancing at a concert. Who was performing? Oh! Janice Dean.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, says the former Canadian DJ Janice Dean. Was it Jay-Z and or Beyonce? Roll tape.
Former president and first lady caught on camera at this weekend's Beyonce and Jay-Z concert, dancing and waving their hands in the air.
I can't take her dancing anymore.
About 1,000 people posted the moment to social media.
It's humiliating me, not you.
The Obamas are living their best lives. And why not?
Oh, Adam, she's a force of nature, I warned you. Okay, so it's 2-1. Now, we're going to question 4, and I'm just going to warn you, this is a legitimate tough question. I had no idea the answer.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw it at you. Question 4 is multiple choice. San Antonio Aquarium is the scene of the story. 3 people arrested there this week when they were caught on tape using a baby stroller to steal what kind of animal? Was it A, a penguin, B, a tortoise, C, a shark?
They did this so we can win overtime. It is C, a shark.
No! You can't put a shark in a baby stroller. Was it indeed a shark? Says Adam. Roll tape.
3 brazen fish nappers seen here on surveillance camera grabbed the shark by the tail, wrapped her in a wet blanket, placed her in a bucket, then tucked the bucket into this stroller. Within hours, the stolen shark was allegedly put up for sale on Facebook.
Holy smokes. I can't believe you knew that. I never would have guessed it. I would have said penguin or tortoise, but what do I know about aquarium theft? Okay. So now we are really in the ideal situation. Sudden death overtime. Final question. This will determine the winner of tonight's final exam. Okay? This is a weather-related question for our 2 meteorologists. And it is this. A cloud in Texas is wowing the internet at this very moment because it has a very unusual shape. What does that cloud resemble? Janice Dean.
An angel.
An angel, says Janice Dean.
That's not right.
I know that you're such a good person that you would guess angel no matter what it is. Were you right?
Take a look at this stunning image. A driver capturing a cloud formation that looks
this on your ship this morning?
just like an angel. Look at that. What do you think?
It looks just like an angel. And a man taking the picture while driving on a Texas highway, posting it online, calling it an angel cloud.
Right.
Janice Dean! Yes! I gotta say, Adam, congratulations for getting as far as you did.
I didn't get swept, if I'm being honest.
Very few people could have stood up to the force that is Janice and gotten even 2 points, and you did, and you get credit for that. Janice Dean, congratulations. Our final exam Christmas special continues in just a moment. Some of these contests go right down to the wire. Up next, our sudden death battle between Brett Baer and Ed Henry. We'll be right back.
Christmas
Listen, live from America's News headquarters, I'm Anna Koyman. The merriment continues tonight as people around the globe celebrate one of the most joyous days of the year. But at the Vatican, Pope Francis reminded thousands of pilgrims gathered in St. Peter's Square about the true meaning of this holiday. And he pleaded for fraternity among people of all races and faiths. The pontiff also urged world leaders to put aside their political differences and find a solution to wars in Syria and Yemen and conflicts in Ukraine and the Korean Peninsula. President Donald Trump spent part of today wishing American troops stationed around the country and the world a Merry Christmas. Speaking by video conference to members of all 5 branches of the military, Mr. Trump acknowledged the great sacrifices our men and women in uniform make, far from home and away from their loved ones. The president spent a rare Christmas in Washington because of the ongoing budget stalemate with Congress. And Christmas celebrations, traditionally filled with laughter and uplifting music, were replaced by somber prayers for tsunami victims in an area slammed by waves that hit without warning, killing more than 420 people and leaving thousands homeless in Indonesia. The pastor of a Pentecostal church in the disaster zone says of the subdued holiday, "Our celebration is full of grief." Let's all count our blessings on this Christmas night. I'm Anna Koyman. Now back to Tucker Carlson tonight. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Welcome back to our annual Tucker Carlson Tonight Christmas special. We're going to take a look at some of our greatest final exam battles over the last year. You know how the game works. 5 questions, 5 answers, but just 1 winner. Sometimes, though, 5 questions is not enough. Our match between Bret Baier and Ed Henry could not be decided on points. It was a tie, leaving just one option: sudden death. Question 1. The oldest sitting senator in America is having problems with her re-election campaign. The Democratic Party in her state refuses to support her. Who is it? Bret Baier.
Dianne Feinstein.
Dianne Feinstein of California, says the anchor of Special Report. To the tape.
This is not an easy time
Are they all
to
like
run
this?
for
Because
office.
this is
The California Democratic Party slamming the door on Senator Dianne Feinstein. Party activists denying the state's senior senator an endorsement in her bid for re-election.
So the next question is fair, balanced, and fill in the blank. Oh, just kidding. You knew that one. You were unafraid to answer that. Okay. Question 2, multiple choice. Did you know that you can clone your pets? Indeed you can. Barbara Streisand reveals this week that she did. She cloned her favorite dog, who was named Samantha. What is the going rate for dog cloning? Is it $50,000, $500,000, or $1 million? Ed Henry.
50,000.
50,000 said Ed, the would-be dog cloner. To the tape.
She cloned her dogs. 2 of her dogs, Miss Violet and Miss Scarlet, are clones of the late dog Samantha, who passed on last year at about $50,000 a pop.
Oh, there's like this long pause. I didn't hear it kill me, but I heard Laura Ingraham talk about it.
If you've got a pet cloning question, Ed Henry, he's chief national correspondent.
I don't even have a bet.
Right. Question 3. Oprah says a 2020 presidential run could be possible, but she's waiting for a certain someone to give her the explicit go-ahead. Who is she waiting to hear from?
Oh, wait.
God.
But you
wait. Was that premature?
Hold on. Here's the question, and only our judges, because I pass on this responsibility, can determine this. Did both of them click in early? Oh. Only Ed clicked in early.
Early?
So,
this is like the NFL.
Okay, hold on. No, I'm sorry. This is Deflategate at this point.
Okay.
And I am not going to be the NFL commissioner in this. So I'm just going to go right to the judges who say, we're going to have a re-click. Okay?
Of the same question?
The same question. Here we go. We haven't finished it. Are you ready?
Yes.
She's waiting for a certain someone to give her the go-ahead. Who is she waiting to hear from? Ed Henry.
Oh, come on.
The Almighty God.
The Almighty God, says Ed Henry. To the tape.
Billionaires calling me up saying, I can get you $1 billion. I can run your campaign. And I actually went into prayer about it. Like, God, if you think I'm supposed to run, you got to tell me. And it has to be so clear that not even I could miss it.
Don't tell Joy Behar.
That's right. When you're Oprah, only God can be your campaign manager. Like, there's nobody adequate to that. Question 4.
That was controversial.
That was. Trust me, it was. And some of the great moments in sports are.
Okay.
Question 4. The Department of Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carlson is accused of spending over $30 grand on unnecessary furniture. What kind of furniture was it? Brett Baer.
That was early.
Dining set.
Dining set. Why would you have a dining set? Okay, we'll find out in the tape. Is it a dining set?
Carlson reportedly spent $31,000 taxpayer dollars on a new dining set for his private dining room at HUD in D.C. Now, a HUD official is quoted as saying that a career staffer was behind the decision to buy the dining set, not Secretary Carlson.
Wow. Okay, so I was a humanities major, so I'm going to check the judges for the math. Where are we now? 2-2. So this is it. This is the tiebreaker. Final question. It's multiple choice. There is a man currently running for Congress in the state of Arkansas. He shares a name with a rock and roll legend. Is he named A, Elvis Presley, B, Bruce Springsteen, or C, Mick Jagger? Ed Henry.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. Is that his name?
Arkansas is about to get all shook up. Elvis D. Presley, there he is running for Congress. George, I took a political story.
Legit photo.
This is legit, people. Needless to say, this politician is also an Elvis impersonator. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that.
Jersey.
Wow, that was really good.
Wow, that was very intense. Okay, Ed, you now win the coveted Eric Wemple mug that shows Washington Post column.
I thought it was a Tucker Carlson book.
Well, I'm on the back.
That's very nice.
That was a good
Very nice.
Brett Baer, thank you.
Yeah.
That was controversial, but I felt it was
I felt
fair
better than when Shannon Bream beat. She just annihilated me. At least I hung in there.
You're not the only one she annihilated, trust me. 2 years ago, Corey Lewandowski and Dave Bossie were key figures in Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Now they're writing books together and coming on our show. How'd they fare when they competed against one another on Final Exam? That's next as our Christmas special continues. Welcome back to our annual Tucker Carlson Tonight Christmas special. We're visiting some of our favorite moments from Final Exam over the past year. Corey Lewandowski and Dave Bossie, both you'll remember, were top figures in Donald Trump's presidential campaign. But with that race long over, were they still paying attention to the news? How much did they know about giant Australian cows or Melania's White House decorations? We decided to find out. I cannot believe you agreed to do this.
Ready. Oh, we're excited.
We're not above stunt casting the segment. That's exactly what we're doing tonight. All right. I'm not even going to bet. There is a kind of line in the studio on who's going to win, but I'm not going to tell you who's favored. I am going to read you the rules, though, so you know. That's right. And no cheating. Okay?
Then he's out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
We're watching carefully. Okay, hands on buzzers. I ask the questions. The first one to buzz in gets to answer the question. This is key. You have to wait until I finish asking before you answer. You can answer once I acknowledge you by saying your name. Each correct answer worth 1 point. Each incorrect answer detracts a point from your total. So it's a very fluid scoring system. Best of 5 wins.
That's
you ready?
Points for you. He can't count that out.
He can't get. I don't know. He may have the voice advantage, but we'll see. We'll see who's faster. Question 1. By order of the National Game Show Commission, we have to begin with an animal question. That's the law. So here we go. The internet has gone crazy for a very unusual 4-legged farm animal in Australia. This animal weighs over 3,000 pounds. It is as tall as Michael Jordan. He is so different from all the other farm animals that they follow him around as if he were a deity. What kind of animal is he? Corey Lewandowski.
Moo! Cow.
Moo. Oh, I thought you were going to say moose.
He did say moose.
A cow? There's no way a cow can be 3,000 pounds and 6 feet tall. Is it a cow?
6 foot 4 inches. That's the size of the utterly giant cow. Its name is Knickers, and he's now the laughingstock, weighing in at 3,000 pounds.
You will not find Knickers on your plate, just to be clear here. He's too big to process as the owner, so he's going to live happily ever after.
Can we just pause and appreciate Kilmeade for a second? He said it's utterly. Of course. Just want to appreciate that. All right, question 2. Forbes is out with its annual list of the highest paid television stars. Topping the list is not me. It's a woman from Brooklyn who has made nearly $150 million in the past year. Her show has been on television since 1996. Who is she? Corey.
Judge Judy.
Man, you're fast.
This is ridiculous.
$150 million a year for Judge Judy?
Who's the highest paid TV host of all? And here's the answer.
Boom.
Lady on the left, Judge Judy. Wait for the number. $147 million in the past year.
Wow.
Whoa. Ellen DeGeneres, number 2, $87 million. Dr. Phil, $77 million. Ryan Seacrest, $74 million. Steve Harvey, $44 million.
So what are we doing wrong here at Fox? By the way, our judges just said that they've checked the circuitry in the buzzing devices and that both of you buzzed in, you were just slightly faster.
Story of my life.
Well, that's so true.
God,
that's so true.
Rubbing it in. Question 3. At a rally in Mississippi, the President of the United States told the crowd that as a young man, people told him he looked like which famous American icon? Dave, you blew it! Corey.
At least it works.
Robert Redford.
It sounded like the question ended, say our judges. See, I'm not in charge of making these rules. They are giving you a pass because they say it sounded like I'd finished the question. So you get to answer it. Which
Elvis.
American? Elvis! Man, you guys are hair trigger. Is it Elvis?
Other than the blonde hair, when I was growing up, they said I looked like Elvis. You see that? Could you believe it? I always considered that a great compliment.
You guys have spent a lot of time on the president. Ever heard him sing?
No.
Not even for a second.
Not even for a second. All right.
I listen to Tiny Dancer a few times.
We listen to, you liked Elton John.
I know you have. Such a sensitive song. I love it. All right, question 4. And it's 2-1, by the way. This is a multiple choice about the weirdest video of the week. An American tourist had a near-death experience high above the Swiss Alps after somebody forgot to buckle his safety harness and left him holding on for dear life. Which activity was the man doing at the time? Was it A, hang gliding, B, bungee jumping, C, skydiving? Corey.
Hang gliding with the creepy porn lawyer.
Seriously? CPL was there?
Yes.
We're not going to hold you to that. Was it hang gliding, as Corey said?
A first-time hang glider holding on for dear life. His safety harness was not connected. He was left clinging to the pilot. The pilot was trying to land somewhere quickly, but he had trouble controlling that glider because
producer
he was
Justin
steering
Wells
with one
just said,
hand.
creepy porn lawyer can't even hold on to his clients, much less a hang glider. All right, final question. This one also multiple choice. First Lady Melania Trump has unveiled the Christmas decorations at the White House. They feature tens of thousands of red ornaments. What is this year's theme? Is it A, Winter Wonderland, B, Blessings from the Heartland, or C, American Treasures? Corey.
American Treasures.
Is it, okay, let me just say, you're a savage animal. Can I just say that? You are. It's unbelievable. Is it C, American Treasures?
American Treasures. Each room inside the White House highlights different American cities, presidents, and traditions.
It's unbelievable.
There are more than 14,000 red ornaments hanging from 29 trees this year, and there's a gingerbread house.
Hey, Tucker, I never get tired of winning.
You know, you are, and by the way, I'm looking, we have a mug. It's our Eric Wempel mug, and I don't know where it is. So they're back ordered. So we're going to give you the Golden Retriever mug instead, which I hope, yeah. So
Can I come back and defend my title?
Yes, you can defend your title. Boom. Anytime. And Mr. Bossy, I hope you will come back too. And I know that you let him win because he's your co-author.
You know what? He needs to feel a little better about himself, so I let him win.
You're still splitting the royalties 50-50. Gentlemen, thank you. It was great to see you. Our best to keep it clean and fair on Final Exam, but sometimes the unexpected happens. What do you do when the buzzers break? A dilemma we faced. We'll show it to you as our special continues.
The Oval Office. Senate Democrats have not given in to the president, who wants more than $5 billion for border security. More than 800,000 federal employees are being impacted. Meantime, back at the border, U.S. officials say another young child has died. The 8-year-old boy from Guatemala was in custody in New Mexico with his father. Customs and Border officials say the child was taken into the hospital on Monday night after showing, quote, signs of potential illness. The boy was diagnosed with a fever, given medicine, and released. But a short time later, he was readmitted and died early this morning. A 7-year-old girl from the same country died at the border earlier this month. GoFundMe refunds more than $400,000 after a campaign meant to help a homeless veteran turned out to be a scam. More than 14,000 people donated after a New Jersey couple set up the page. They claimed the veteran from Philadelphia gave his last $20 when they ran out of gas. Prosecutors say the viral...
Welcome back to our annual Tucker Carlson Tonight Christmas special. You may remember our final exam matchup between bitter rivals Dana Perino and Greg Gutfeld for the questions about bananas going extinct. We remember that match for the difficulties the contestants had with their buzzers. What did they do when they broke? Watch.
We have a little bit of a problem. We got to be honest with our audience. We do not lie to our audience. We were supposed to do an exam in which the first person to hit the buzzer gets the light and there gets a chance to talk and answer the question. But what happened?
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
The lights are not working.
We could quit, but if we were anything but great Americans, we would have quit. Bulgarians would have given up.
We're doing this for the people.
And what should we do for the people? What have we decided to do?
We're going to raise our hands.
Raise our hands.
First hand up?
First hand up. Yep.
Gets the question.
Yes.
Yep. If there's a problem with noticing, if it's a tie, we go to Caitlin, who's interning this year.
Right.
Her entire career is based on this moment.
There are so many different ways to spell Caitlin, by the way. It is out of control. Are we ready for the first question?
Yes.
All right. Hopefully this is number one. Let's start with number one. Here we go. This week, Starbucks announced that in an effort to go green, they will phase out what product from their stores? Dana.
Straws.
Is it straws? Let's go to the tape.
Starbucks plans to scrap plastic straws globally by the year 2020 to be more environmentally friendly. This move will eliminate more than 1 billion plastic straws per year from Starbucks stores.
That'll do no good.
So far, we have a score. It is 1-0. Dana leads Greg. Caitlin, is that right?
Yes.
It is right. Caitlin, fantastic. All
Good
right.
job, Caitlin.
Let's move on to, where were we?
Question 2.
Thank you. During a recent trip to a Texas protest, which liberal mayor broke the law, you have to let me finish the question, by illegally crossing into the border into Mexico? Gutfeld.
De Blasio.
He is?
Who?
The name, full name and title?
What, is it Bill de Blasio? Mayor Bill de Blasio? Jesus.
Just trying to make my job more important.
You're not Alex Trebek. All right, get over yourself. My God.
New York Mayor Bill de Blasio tried to get in touch with his inner illegal alien earlier this month. De Blasio illegally crossed into the United States. So he went over the U.S.-Mexican border while protesting family separations. So he allegedly violated both U.S. and Mexican law. Nice going, Bill.
Nice. Ingram, I've met her.
No, she's quite famous.
And you are right. Can we check the score again? 1-1. Thank you. Let's move on to question number 3. Scientists all over the world are racing to eradicate something called Panama disease.
Ooh.
It's a fungal infection that could soon make which fruit go extinct?
I don't know. I was watching the Strzok hearing. I don't know. That's my only...
Grows on trees. Greg.
Melons.
Is it melons? Roll the tape.
I've got what might be called a warning for banana lovers. Your fruit may be in danger of going extinct. Scientists scrambling to save the world's banana crop from a devastating fungus.
Wait a second. Now, we should have told you ahead of time.
I didn't know that. I didn't get this a joke.
I blame Caitlin.
Caitlin, you're fired.
Caitlin, you're out. Go.
Wait,
go.
That's so unfair.
You are not getting credit for this semester. It is now.
If I knew that a wrong answer, I was going to look. I would never have said melons.
Dana, thanks for showing great sportsmanship and wisdom.
I was thinking about melons for other reasons.
By the way, I cannot stand walking by trees and getting hit in the head with a melon when they fall out.
Yeah, I meant to say coconut.
Question number 4. Citing concerns about the environment, Hawaii has become the first state in the nation to ban what popular item from its beaches? It is A, plastic beach balls, B, sunscreen, C, Speedos. Greg.
It was sunscreen. I was there when it happened.
We don't know until we roll the tape.
Now back to 1.
It's about that time when we'll be lathering up the sunscreen. But Hawaii's saying, not so fast. Lawmakers there believe sunscreen containing 2 chemicals, oxybenzone and octinoxate, are killing their coral reefs.
I am dying to go on
Better to get
vacation.
skin cancer.
I would love to have done any of those things. All right, is it true? We're in sudden death. This has never been done before.
Very violent.
Except for last week and the week prior.
Okay.
Final question, again, playing themselves, Dana and Greg. Sit up straight.
Yes.
Can roll back the question to the beginning because I didn't memorize the first 3 words. Thank you. This one could either be really tough or really easy. You may have noticed there's a soccer tournament going on right now.
Jesus.
It's called the World Cup. Which 2 countries will face off in the final match this weekend? Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Oh my goodness. I think it was Dana.
I think it was.
Dana, who's in the finals?
France and Croatia.
France and Croatia. Let's check the tape.
This should be a tie.
Croatia beating England in extra time, advancing to the final against France. A relief for their biggest fans who have missed out on past celebrations.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's only can be one winner, but I see 2 champs.
Yes.
Greg Gutfeld, you have other things to look forward to, just not a victory parade. You have lost. Dana Prino, you are the New York champion. I'm giving you the win. 2-1 in sudden death.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Come back next week.
We saved the best for last. Time now for the year's ultimate final exam clash. After the break, we'll show you our matchup between 2 9-time champions, Katie Pavlich versus Shannon Bream. Who won the Champion of Champions crown? After the break. There's a champion every week on Final Exam, of course. Champions come, champions go. But over the years, 2 contenders have stood out, Shannon Bream and Katie Pavlich. Each won 9 matches in a row on Final Exam. And in September, the inevitable happened. These 2 intellectual juggernauts, these 2 masters of news trivia, faced off against one another in a battle for the ages to determine who is the supreme champion. Here's what happened. Last year, Fox News at Night host Shannon Bream pulled off a full Brady Bunch. She beat 9 opponents in a row. Now, Town Hall's Katie Pavlich has matched that feat. So naturally, as Pavlich goes for win number 10, her challenger is Shannon Bream. The winner will be crowned the ultimate Final Exam champion. And by the way, since this segment has done so well, we've upped our budget. Our own Vanna White, Emily Lynn joins us now with glasses of vodka or sparkling cider or whatever to toast
Thank you.
tonight's contest before we get started.
Fancy.
This is very
These are yours to keep.
classy.
These are our final exam. Why, thank you, Emily.
Yeah.
These are our final exam glasses. That's right. I'm the Ryan Seacrest. Okay, are you all ready? Best of 5 wins. Dim the lights. Let's get started.
Okay. Where's
All
the
right.
theme music?
Question. It's